Welcome to Autism Tips and Tools, where we highlight the best practical guidance from previous episodes of Autism Knows No Borders. Whether you're a self-advocate, a family member, or a service provider, there's something here for you. I'm Rachel Harmon, a professional in the field of autism services, outreach, and advocacy, and the following clip is from my conversation with reading specialist Lois Letchford. Lois is the mother of 3 young men, 2 of whom are on the autism spectrum, and she has also personally struggled with dyslexia her entire life. Lois now teaches educators and parents how to create flexible learning environments using comprehensive and innovative methods. Here's Lois talking about her teaching philosophy, MAPS, which stands for Mindset, Active Learning, Play, and Student Success.
Why is mindset so important? Because how we see children right at the beginning impacts how we teach them. Are we willing to say, what else do I have to do to help this child read? Are we looking for alternatives? Or are we just saying, well, they're just a bit thick. They just can't do it, which is what happens to most of us. And we've provided the program and they didn't succeed. Well, we've done what we can. We've spent our money. Every day a child comes to me, I want to say, A, I can teach you to read, and B, we can love it in the process. And if you didn't get it yesterday, what did I do wrong? What else do I have to do to teach this child to read? That's my mindset. Second, A, active learning. I read a paper once about the difference between skilled readers and unskilled readers. And it said, these are the list of characteristics of skilled readers. And one of the first ones is they are active learners. They read something and a picture pops into their mind and they engage with the picture and the text and live in another world. What do unskilled readers do? They read words, they do as they are told. So I always want to create active learners. So when a child reads a sentence, what do they have to do? What does the reader have to do to make sense of that? And recall it. Once you make sense of it, and then it's going into your memory to be recalled, because a lot of it is about recall. And how do I do that? Act things out, interact with our learning, create images, create things, not just read and decode, but read, code, and connect, do it. Make mistakes. Making mistakes is part of being an active learner. That didn't make sense, did it? Then what do I have to do? And then you get that aha moment. And that aha moment is critical. And when I was working with students and I read a passage to my students and I said, what does that mean? The skilled readers in the class got it. I said, act it out. The unskilled readers just sat there and went, And they miss a lot. So you're always wanting them thinking and creating meaning. And that's being an active learner.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
P, play. When you're playing, learning's enjoyable. It's not painful. And here's my push. Dr. Mary Helen Immordino-Yang has written papers, academic papers, and has done brain research on the power of emotions and learning. When children are happy, they're playing and they're learning, and emotions and learning are connected. And it's not an additional extra. The happy emotions are essential for connecting our memory. And that's what I did for Nicholas when we were in Oxford. And that's what I want to do with every student I have, so that they're in my classroom and they're laughing and they're smiling, because it's about connecting to memory and being relaxed when they're with you and saying, it's okay if I make a mistake. And finally, from all of those 3, you have student success. Success on a daily basis that leads to long-term success and some bigger jumps in learning.
I like that. Could you share a success story related to one of your students? I know you wrote some in the book.
Other than Nicholas.
Mm-hmm.
My first student was called Christian. He was the boy who'd spent 4 years in a phonics-only reading program. I met his mother when I first moved to Lubbock, and I knew the scenario that he'd failed for so long. So I went and visited him, and I took my first lesson. My first lesson is my box lesson. There's a YouTube video of it, and it's in my book. And my box lesson is, what could be in this box, dealing with 3 words, could, should, and would, and what could be in there, what should be in there, and what would you like to find there. I've created active learners, and you're playing. Christian got to the end of that and said, that was so funny. And then I had to do something again. And the next lesson, I thought, the next lesson's got to be just as good. What do I do? What do I do? And I had to think and think and think and read and read and read. And I thought, I've got to turn a story into a play for him. And he and his family, we read it one weekend. We had the props there. And that was the lesson that made him say, I can do it. And I want to work with this lady. I worked with him for 3 years. I taught him during the school, and he graduated high school and went on to get an honours degree in communication.
Oh, yeah.
4 years later. And I talked to him, or we talked on a podcast afterwards, and he said, before I came to Lois, I thought, I can't do this. And she doesn't know what she's got in me. She doesn't know how hard this is for me. And I won't be able to do it. But I did.
Mm-hmm.
And he did. Once children have failed, it's a huge effort to turn them around to say, it's okay, and I'm okay with you getting things wrong, and it's okay to take you from where you are to the next step tomorrow. That boy worked with me every summer for 3 years, plus during schools, to really grow. So there's a huge cost to him. 2 hours a day, 5 days a week we worked in summer for, I'd say, 10 of the 12 weeks. Enormous effort, but it was worth it.
Thanks for tuning in to Autism Knows No Borders. Would you like to hear Lois talk more about how to think outside of the box when teaching autistic children how to read? Follow the link in the show notes for the full conversation, and be sure to subscribe for more stories from people connected to autism, inspiring change and building community. Let's work together to transform how the world relates to autism. Thanks for listening. Take care.